Alright guys, welcome back. So today we're going to be finishing up the 3D Witch's Cauldron that I'm doing for nails. Don't mind mine guys, I'm going to be growing them out. So this is a chunky charm. Sibylle chunky. So, alright, we'll get into the story part of this next. But yeah, that's what it's supposed to look like on the nails. We're going to be doing the inside right there, adding a couple of little bubbles in there, some green potion. There's the back. This stuff, let me tell you, this, oh goodness gracious, this sculpting gel. This I think is better suited for molds. This was my first attempt at a little lollipop, little chunky lollipop. Yeah, the back of it, I went to push it down on my nail form and it came off. So you could tell, you see the stick right there. I did try to put a curve into it. So yes, she is chunky. So when you do long nails, that's what it would look like on there. So anyhow, this was super fun. The stick is a toothpick that I cut down and inserted it into the sculpting gel. But yeah, yesterday I was super stressed out. You know how I wanted to freehand sculpt and do intricate things? Well, with this, I think these and the Sablons are exclusively better for charm molds. So, towards the end of the video, we will be testing this out in my new molds. I'll choose a couple or whatever, and we'll do charm with the mold. So let's get into what we're going to be working on. So we're going to be doing the Witch's Cauldron here, you know. Let's get that off. Or no, we'll just do this because I have a pure black silicone background back here, but I have that because I just don't want this stuff all over. So I'm going to be using the double rhythm as well. The MC168, we are going to put a twist on this cauldron. And if you guys remember the Amazon haul, yes, beautiful color. I think potion needs a kick to it, you know what I'm saying? It's gotta be Halloween and spooky. So what we're going to do is we're going to use these, the Honest sculpture gels. They do have Kaida on them. We are going with 07, and this will be our base inside our little Witch's Cauldron. So this will be our little bloop of potion. And then we're going to put a beautiful twist on it with that cat eye from Double Rhythm. I do have some of these little guys right here. So if you're starting to see the project of what we are doing, fam, if you know, you know. This thing is going to be cool. I'm just telling you. So these are the supplies we're working with. Double Rhythm, Kaida, the Honest sculpture gels. We're working with these little bubble charms here. We are working with the McCart rhinestone glue today. I love this stuff. I have used it so much. Love it. So yeah, that is what we are working with today. We're going to be using this to get the gel out. I do have gloves, so took some of y'all's advice. Got gloves in your videos I was watching. For the molds, we're going to be using the Sablon molding sculpture gel with a very fine tip for the molds. I might do one clear on that. I don't know yet, but we might just use the straight up Honest on the things because I want to create some wicked roses. So let's get into it. Let me get seated. If y'all know, you know. Alright, so we're going to start out with the oh, excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. We're going to start out with gloving up right now. Then we're going to get our little cauldron filled up with well, not filled up, because I don't want to mess with the brim here. You see the brim? Yeah, I don't want to come up over the brim of the cauldron. So this is super cool though. Oh man, this stuff is, when you start pushing on it, it moves so much that my little thing is, I'm going to be doing sculpturing, but I'm going to be building 3D charms out of polymer clay, because I can work with the clay. As y'all know, it's got to be baked in the oven. I can do anything I want with it. I've worked with polymer plenty of times before. It's super awesome. I really like it a lot. So we're going to start with a very, very little pool of this. And I don't want to cover up the rim, like I'm saying. So if I get any of it where it's going to like cover up the rim, I'm going to take it out. And looks like I just totally put that in there perfectly. So we are just going to do this. So one thing I learned about curing this, sculpturing by hand, pain in the butt, you know, pain in the butt. I did get some there that I don't want, so I'm just going to kind of wipe that off. I'm going to flatten it down as best as I can in there, because I do want the bubbles to kind of protrude out the top. I did get some on the rim. Give me a second, guys. I'm going to pause you. I need to put my glasses on. Okay, here we go. So I do have some spillage right here, right there, that I want to get off. So I'm going to do this. We're just going to pull it away. There we go. Very little. Put it back in. Little pot. The consistency of this is, I love it. It's wonderful. So I'm going to try to flatten this down. One thing about the gloves, it's kind of making me angry, is they definitely put creases into your sculpture gel. Excuse me, I almost said clay again. So we are flush with the rim. That's what I want. So before we cure this, we're going to hand paint a little bit of the cat eye gel onto this. I'm not going to run the magnet over it because I don't want to really magnetize that. But we're going to run just a little bit just to give it some pizzazz. So, whoops, messed up. There we go. Let's put this away. So we're going to paint just a little bit of the cat eye gel onto this. I do have my double rhythm. That's what we're using. Sorry about the clicking. We're going to be using a 4mm detailer brush to paint just a little bit. Now, let's get our color on here. So we're just going to do this. Actually, give me a second, guys. I need to get this. I normally keep the rubbing alcohol on my brushes, so just give me a couple of minutes here. We're going to free up the bristles on this brush. And I store them with the lids on. I try to make sure that they are good to go when it comes to painting. That way nothing gets dried on them. Oh yeah, so much better. We got some movement now. Okay, let's try this again. Here we go. Thank you, new subscribers. I just thought I would tell you how much I appreciate y'all. So let's just highlight this little potion. We're just going to slowly put it on here. That way we don't get it on the black. So we're going to mainly keep it in the middle, okay? Dang, dude. Oh, yeah. You can definitely tell she got some shine. A little bit of sparkle there. Nice. Alright, so we're going to use a little bit more. Here we go. A little bit more. And we're going to do this corner. Right to there. Like I said, I don't want this magnetized just yet, because I want to start putting bubbles on there. So that's what we're doing with that. Check it out. Doesn't that look cool? Okay, I'm going to put my brush down here. I'm going to wipe some of the remnants of the double rhythm off on the paper towel. I'm going to put this in the lamp. I'm going to cure it. And then I'll be right back. Okay, we're all done and cured. She looks cute. Alright, so we're going to start out with the bubbles. We're going to put some of the glue here. And then we're going to work with our little bubbles. And I might have little bubbles coming down. I don't know yet. We're going to do this together. And, you know, guys, probably the molds are going to have to wait to the next video. So, because this one, we're working on this. So, I do things a little bit at a slower pace. I'm sorry about that. But that's the way I roll. So, we're going to have some fun. Let's decorate this. And then, this won't be too much of a longer video, but I am going to put a line of this on there, and I don't want to get it all over the place, so yes, let's just do that. There we go. We got our glue in there. Now, we're going to start placing the bubbles. Well, don't have to call them bubbles, but you know what I mean. Little round circular charms. Guess you'd call them bubbles, caviar beads. I don't know exactly what they call these things. They are super cute, though. I will give them that. Okay, here's one. So we're going to put this one there. That looks really cool. Alright. You do want to get a couple of the bigger ones to come in here. There we go. Now, if we could just get it to sit there. Realize this, guys, we are definitely going to be building this up a little bit. Because if you wanted to, you totally could angle this just straight up on your nail. So we're just going to put these on for now. We are going to cure them. We'll build up a little bubble cluster. Because these will move, so I just want to cure them down a little bit to get them to not move. Alright, here we go. There they are. Here's a side view. I think it looks cute. Check that out, though. Let's put it here. Oh, yes. I like it. So we're going to put more glue in. I'm going to try to get little ones, pop them in there, and we're just going to, we'll put a couple little guys on the outside. Sorry about that. We'll put a couple little guys on the outside. So let's get our glue again. Could use my detail brush to put this in here, but that's okay. We're just going to do it. So we're going to need one here. So let's put the glue in there. Glue here. We're going to pile up this glue a little bit. That way stuff is a little more stationary. And then one there. So we do have quite the little glue pile going on. That's okay, we're going to need this. So, and trying to keep it to where it's not totally on the cauldron piece itself. But you know what? You're going to have a little spillage. That is the way it rolls sometimes. So let's put one here. There we go. Got a little guy there. We'll do another big one over here. Another big one there. Then I'm going to take a little one and get a hold of it. And we're going to put it right here. Ah! There we go. We're going to drop it here. Right there. Now, let me try to get, I'm going to get a couple out. That way I can see. Woo! There they go. This rhinestone thing here, though, I'm kind of like, I don't know about it. It just, it's okay. It's not exactly the best rhinestone deal. which I will be the first to tell you that. Not really impressed with it. So I'm thinking I need to get another one that's better. Maybe the Katana Gem Stick, or Katana Gem deal. I remember the Katana because I used to do a lot of different things, so I'm gonna put another one here. There we go. Our little potion's bubbled up. Check it out. She's bubbled, and then we're gonna start putting little bubbles. A couple little bubbles down there, and then we'll be finished. So I'm gonna let this cure, and I will be right back. Alright, fam, so that is done. Look at that. Okay. I will be top coating this as well. So, got it mounted on my little nail stand now. Hope you guys are liking this. Okay, so we're going to put a little bubble there and probably one there. I'm not going to add too much. I don't want it to look like it's overpowered. So, okay, here we go. I'm going to set it on the nail stand. There. Alright, a little dot of my cart glue. So we're going to bring a little dot of my cart. I want it here. So we're going to put one there and maybe one here. There we go. As you're not going to see the little strips or little strings, so we might put a medium-sized one on here. Somewhat medium anyways. So we're going to stick that there. Okay, there's one here. As you can tell, there's one there. Then we're going to go with the little guy down below it. At an angle, kind of. So I think that's cute. I like that. It's not too, you know, big and god-awful. So there we go. We're just going to do that. Flash cure, I will top coat, and then I'll be right back. Okay, you know what? I'm going to show you this anyways. I'm using one of my cleaner brushes. So, but this is going to run the top coat gel a lot better than this because it'll goop it on. I don't want it doing that. So let's do this. I'm going to hand paint this clear coat on there. Put my glasses on so I can see my art here. So we're going to start out back here. And we're just going to brush this on very lightly. So we can get it on the side. Don't mind my cat. He is snoozing. Snoozing, of course. So there we go. Look at that. You can already tell big difference so far. So yes, here we go. We're just going to wipey. We're using the Beetles Top Gel. Yes, using the Beetles Top Gel. So I'm just going to work my way around here. We're going to go up underneath. Because we're definitely going to need that top coated under there too as well. So here we go. Oh yeah, you can definitely see a big difference in it. Yeah, I wanted this more smooth, you know, not lumpy. I wanted this to be definitely a smoother run, let me tell ya. I'm like having a hard time with words today. I'm super sorry about that, but that's what happens. So you can tell where the dry spot is to the wet spots. Yes. I think it's going to turn out cool. I love it. I will not be using this gel for hand sculpting. Like I said, we're going to do some crazy stuff with polymer clay pretty soon. And I'm going to show you what I can do with that when it comes to actually sculpting 3D nail charms, I should say, not gel. I do kind of want to coat these little bubbles. I don't want to mess around with the aurora effect that they have, so. But I'm going to protect this as best as I can. That McCart rhinestone gel's like, oh my gosh, it is awesome. All right, guys, so I'm going to pause you. We're going to cure this. I'm going to give it a full 60-second cure, and then I will be right back, and we will wrap the video. Okay, fam, it's done. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Of course, making stuff by hand does take time, but I think she turned out pretty cute. And I do like the double rhythm being up underneath the bubbles. It just, I don't know, it adds like this fluorescent, I don't know, add-on to what I already put in. So, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Much love. And I think the next one I do will be testing out the Sabaland 3D molding sculpture gel. So, like I said, hope you guys all enjoyed this. And we will be seeing you in the next one. P.S. Remember, wherever you are, morning, noon, day, and night, you all are always welcome here. Love you guys. Mwah. Big hugs. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.